What is up, YouTube? We're here at IMG Golf Club. We're gonna play 9 holes, and then I'm gonna do a what's in the bag at the end of the video, so stay tuned. First hole, you never really wanna get yourself out of position, so I'm just gonna take a 2-iron and just kind of bunt one, kind of 250 down the center, just to get the round started. You just wanna kind of attack the center of the fairway and center of the greens, just to get the ball rolling, and just kind of get your round started. And then once you've kind of warmed up and feel comfortable into the rounds, and that's when you can kind of get a little bit more aggressive with your lines. .153. It's nice that we hit in the shade right here. It's probably the only shady part on this golf course. Anyways, 153 downwind, front pin, so you want to make sure you get it past the pin at least a couple yards. So we're going to pretend like it's 155 downwind, so it's probably going to be playing like 145, 140. That should be just like a full pitch wedge for me. Just get it up in the air and kind of have it ride the wind. Didn't turn. It's alright, we're in the center of the green. Alright, so we cut the very left side of the screen right here. I actually aimed here thinking that the wind would actually bring it over towards the pin, but it just didn't touch it, so we're stuck right here. Part. Just laying up here, there's water hazard on the right. So I'm just going to put myself in play. I could go for the green anyway in 2. Probably going to be like 250, 260 yards out after my 2-iron. So just putting myself in optimal position here for a birdie. Oh, yeah. So as you can tell, I calculated this perfectly. I'm just short of this bunker, playing it short of up the trouble over here. The water hazard's on the other side of this fairway. So I still have an opportunity to go for this green. 270 to the pin. So I probably have like 250 to carry the bunkers there. So I'm just honestly trying to put myself in play to get myself the best opportunity for a chip to make it up and down for birdie. .195, winds directly cross, probably helping a little bit. So I'd imagine a 6-iron would be perfect club. Feels a little into now. Let me hit on a 5. Took the tiger line just left of the green. Chipping is just absolutely horrendous today. Into the hole. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Bogey. See. 173 howling into the wind. I need to keep it under these trees and get it over that tree up ahead. So 173, I'm going to play this like a 185 yard golf shot, 185, 190. And my 6-iron goes like 190, 195-ish. So it should be a good club. I just have to make sure I get it under this tree, over that tree, and it draws a little bit on the green. That's it. Boom. So dotted left here. The fairway runs out at about like 260 yards, 260 yards, 270 yards. So I'm just going to lay it back with another 2-iron. You're going to learn a lot that this thing is my baby. I literally hit it everywhere. So yeah, just going to kind of crank one out there. It's a little downwind, a little helping wind as well. So we'll just try to keep it in play. she does not disappoint. 178 yards. I hit my 7-iron 180, but I have no idea what the wind's doing. Usually it's good to look up at like the tallest trees around the area as well to kind of tell. It kind of gives you like the answers to what like the wind's doing, because it's hard to feel it down here, but it's easy to look up and to actually tell where the branches are blowing, because that's where your ball's gonna actually get affected. It looks like it's coming this way a little bit, so yes, it is in fact into the wind a touch. I still think it's a 7-iron. I might be wrong, but it's better to be short than long on this hole anyway. Oh, it's getting screwed by the wind. Yeah. Alright, so actually I was fortunate enough to catch the green. I thought it was way short. I need to get my eyes checked. But looks like we got about like a 30-footer for birdie. Let's try to make it. Oh, so close. Par 4 here, downwind. It's extremely gettable today. We're going to try to get as close to the green as possible. I think the pin, pin's back, so we have a good chance to actually make a birdie if we get pretty close to the green here. If it was a front pin, I would advise against hitting a driver actually, because you won't have like enough club coming, or you won't have enough height coming into the screen to create enough spin to actually stop by the green. So you're more likely, or you're better off to actually have a full shot coming in. Alright, we'll find it. 115, a little bit downwind. We're fortunate enough to actually not get too far up ahead, because the closer you get to the green with like out of this stuff, out of the pine shot stuff, it's pretty hard to control your distance. So luckily enough, we have a full shot coming into this green. So it's probably going to be like a little sand wedge for me, being this much downwind, and it's being a back pin, so you don't want to go too long. You're probably looking forward to having like a 112-yard golf shot here to give yourself like a 3-yard uphill putt for birdie. So it's going to be probably like a 3/4 54 degree for me right here. Aim a little bit right of the pin and just have the wind bring it in. Make sure you get a good brace base too, because you don't want to slip. Oh yeah, that worked just nicely. Good. Just the way I wanted to. Nothing you could do. Oh, beat the frickin' club. I don't know why I'm looking. Alright, so what I'm doing on a putt like this, I'm coming up kind of in between the ball and the hole, like around like 3/4 or halfway in between. Green as if I'm putting from right here. So I'm imagining what my ball would do is if my ball was right here. Because this is the most important part of every single putt. The ball tends to die off and gravity tends to take over more. So it tends to break more off that spot. So I'm gonna gauge for that. This putt's gonna be really fast as well, so you gotta be careful. You really want to make sure you play one shot at a time. Really forget about every single result you've had, good or bad. So you want to keep that roller coaster level as long as you can. You don't want to too high of highs, you don't want too low of lows. You just want to stay level. 178 downwind. So this is a perfect 7-iron for me if there was no wind. Well, it's a perfect 8-iron for me if there was no wind, sorry, because it's going to lay me just underneath the hole right there. But since it's downwind, it's not enough downwind for me to get a 9-iron there, so I need to kind of step off an 8-iron. Actually hold it into this wind and land it just on the green. So I'm gonna easy 8 right on the green. massive cut here. Massive. Let's go. Last hole, even par. Let's end it with a birdie. Come on, why not? Why not us? Wind off the right pretty hard. I'm just gonna send this up the right side and have the wind just bring it back. Oh, saved it. Oh, actually worked out. I thought I was gonna draw more because usually when it starts left like that and the wind's coming off the right, it's no bueno, but it just stayed straight. It was a straight pull. We're good. 85 yards, downwind. I'm gonna play like 75. But I probably need to land this like 70 actually, 5 yards short of the pin, have it hop up kind of close to the pin, because whenever it's downwind like this, the ball tends to not spin as much. So you really want to make sure you give yourself enough wiggle room. I think that's good. We'll see. Wow. All right, YouTube, the moment you've all been waiting for. What's in the bag with yours truly? Honestly, not a bad round out there, even par. I didn't have my best stuff out there today, so I was really struggling with my ball striking. Wasn't putting great, but kind of somehow found a way to shoot even par. Those are the type of rounds that really keep you going. Just knowing the fact that I didn't have my best stuff and I could still slap it around there and shoot an even par round makes me feel really good, gives me a lot of confidence. Expect a lot coming from this channel. I'm trying to post once a week, every single week, maybe twice a week, who knows. Stay tuned, make sure to smash that subscribe button so you don't miss anything, and make friends in the comments. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna start from the wedges and work our way up. So I was kind of hesitant to do this what's in the bag thing just because my clubs are ancient. I carry a 46 degree. It's actually bent to a 47, and I'll tell you later why. I carry a 54 degree and a 60. The reason why I have a 46 degree bent to 47, my numbers are a lot better with a 47 degree wedge. So for example, my 9-iron, I hit it 150 yards, and a 46 degree would go too far. And bending it to 47 actually decreases my distance by about like 5 to 6 yards. So I hit this club like 136, 137. It gives me a perfect gap in between my 9-iron and 54 degree wedge. So moving on to the 54, also Callaway Mac Daddy 4. So if you notice that this wedge is a lot darker than the other wedges and it's not matching the set, it's funny because I actually lost my 54 degree wedge right when I graduated college. So this wedge is really, really old. It's like probably like 6 or 7 years old. Pretty embarrassing to say, so Callaway, shout out, hook your boy up. Moving on to my 60 degree wedge, I have 10 degrees of bounce in it. This 60 actually goes perfectly 100 yards. I love to have that 100-yard shot down. Although I've been really liking like a soft 54 into a 100-yard pin. The reason for that is it's really tough to control the spin whenever I go at it full as well. So I like to bring the traj down and come at it a little lower just so I can control the ball flight and control it from being affected by extra variables, for example, wind. That's my wedges. Moving on to my irons. TaylorMade P770s with a KBS shaft, S-tapered, 125 grams, extra stiff. I really love this new grip too. Golf Pride, Tour Velvet, I think it's a line, but it's a mid-size grip because I have massive hands. I don't know if you can tell. Let's put this in reference. So this is my hand, right? And this is NFL football. I actually just re-gripped them. They feel really nice. I don't know if you ever re-gripped your clubs, but they basically feel brand new. This is actually my favorite club in the bag.
Oh yeah!
Strixon ZU85 utility club, 18 degree, 2-iron. Fujikura Pro extra stiff flex shaft with 83 grams of weight into it. Long story about this club. Before I had it, I transferred from Utah to FGCU. Not the most accurate off the tee with my driver, especially going to a course like Old Corkscrew. If anyone's familiar with that place, like honestly, believe me, it's probably the tightest golf course in America. I needed a golf club that would literally just put me in play off the tee, so I had a fighting chance in qualifying rounds. I hit like 250 yards, 260 yards off the tee. I could hit it anywhere. So let's say if I'm hitting my driver absolutely shocking that day, I just pull this out and it puts me a little bit further back to my driver wood. I just feel a lot more comfortable playing out of the fairway than trying to find my ball in the trees. Moving on to my 3-wood. It's a TaylorMade M4 3-wood, the graphite design, Tour AD DI7 extra stiff flex shaft. Me and 3-woods have had a rough experience. Like companies have, for some reason, they love to come out with like the smallest head possible in a 3-wood, and I need the biggest head possible. Just setting up to it, it looks way more, I feel way more comfortable setting up to a bigger head with a 3-wood than like a tiny head. Best 3-wood that I've hit by far. Moving on to my driver, TaylorMade M5 head. Tour AD, graphite design, DI6 shaft, and then the DI6 means it's 60 grams. This is actually a really cool story. I played golf, college golf, my last 2 years at FGCU down in Fort Myers, Florida, and there's a PGA Tour player that plays down there a lot. His name's George McNeil, and we play this tournament every single year where it's guys from the FGCU team versus the members of, I think it's Glen Lakes, or Crystal Lakes, or some golf course down there. Cypress Lake Country Club. We play this tournament at Cypress Lake Country Club every single year, and just so happens that 2 kids from the FGCU team are members at Cypress Lake Country Club, and George McNeil's a member there. He kind of came up to me, he was playing a peen driver at the time, and he's like, hey man, you need to try the new TaylorMade driver that I got. And so he let me try it, and he's like, you want it? And I'm like, he's like, yeah man, it's yours. I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah dude, take it home with you. Long story short, this is a tour issue TaylorMade head M5. Now my putter, I've had this putter since they first came out with it. So this is a Scotty Cameron Select Newport 2 putter. Got the coloring, so this used to be red here, and the bottom used to be red as well, and I kind of just put nail polish removable on here, and it just honestly looks really clean. Like the blacked out Tiger pin grip on this as well. So that's the putter, and that's the bag, honestly. So let's take a look at these head covers actually. These are probably some of my favorite things in this bag. How sick is that? You want to reach out to me, or I reach out to them, I forget how it went, and completely customize this head cover for me. Super sick. You got the money raining down on the CEO, and if you could kind of zoom into that, it's highlighted in diamonds on the inside as well. So super, super cool head cover. It's probably my favorite thing that's not my clubs in the bag. Shout out Stitch for hooking me up. FGCU colors, green and blue. They kill you if you say blue and green, so make sure you say green and blue if you're referencing FGCU colors. I'm due for a new putter head cover, but this thing is super cool. I don't know if you could see it. Joke. This is a camo Scotty Cameron head cover because I'm a member of the Scotty Cameron membership. It's a really cool club to be a part of, and it's only $100 a year. You can get some awesome, awesome gear. Definitely higher than the value that you have to pay for. Take a look at what I got inside my bag. Shout out Stitch for hooking this up. This thing is sick. Like little CEO logo right there as well. Use a Bushnell rangefinder. Inside my bag, got a bunch of gloves right here. So shout out Circle 15 premium Cabretta leather. Super soft. A lot thicker than a normal glove. I like it because it just feels more expensive when you put it on your hand. That's a what's in the bag, guys. Thank you so much for watching this whole thing. Gonna be posting 1 or 2 every single week. So make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make friends in the comment section. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Give this video a dislike if you disliked it because it's good for the algorithm, baby. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.